motocross, thrilling competition and sensational spills are taken to the limit.
People like to come and see the crashes, and there's plenty of those because the riders are giving it 100%. And everybody's trying to make the main event, or you're trying to win the main event.
In the past, high-flying acrobatics on a motorcycle were reserved for daredevils. Now jumps that launch competitors 40 feet in the air are just one of the obstacles in this high-energy sport. But the popularity of motocross rapidly outgrew its humble beginnings. Large arenas were needed to handle the crowds that can exceed 70,000 people. But how do you take a dangerous, thrill-seeking sport designed for the outdoors and bring it into a modern stadium? By inventing Supercross.
Supercross is a unique form of motorsports entertainment. It is the sport of motocross brought indoors, and with that we were able to capture the spectacle of motorcycle racing.
We can bring 80,000 people in here, build a track in front of them, and the people can see the most unbelievable, outstanding show they've ever seen. When you have 25 guys going into that main event, going into that first turn, and only one guy's going to win the race, it's exciting.
For this race in Pontiac, Michigan, organizers have to build a racetrack in a stadium designed for professional football games. How do they go from this bare floor to a world-class motocross track in only a few days? It takes dirt, a lot of dirt, 20 million pounds of dirt. Where do they find that much? A fleet of trucks heads to a nearby lot where the soil is kept. It's actually owned by the event promoters.
We use the dirt over and over again each year. We actually store it on the property out in the back in one of the parking lots, and we then truck it into Supercross, and we use it for our monster truck shows. Then we'll lease it out to other activities, rodeo and such, other events that would use dirt floors.
It is a monstrous task. In only a few days, they must build one of the biggest dirt tracks in the world. How do they do it? They turn to Rich Winkler, owner of a specialized construction company named Dirtworks.
We come in, and our first step is to cover the area of the floor that's going to be covered with racetrack with a flat base of dirt, probably 8 or 10 inches thick.
Each Supercross track is unique, offering hairpin turns and specially designed obstacles that can send riders soaring. So how do they build them? By working from blueprints drawn up to 3 months in advance, track designers can build a course to fit any requirement. All double and triple jumps are specifically designed for this type of race.
Bulldozers make the final shape, which is it's a little more than just the distances and the heights. There's a certain art to the ramps for a takeoff or a landing that makes the jump safe and exciting for the riders.
The height and angle of the jumps are critical to ensure the obstacles are challenging and safe. The Pontiac race features a unique track design that takes riders high up on the sides of the dome. How'd they do that? Crew workers have to remove 4,000 seats to make room for the track. The course also features other obstacles with names such as the Whoops, a section of small jumps, the Berm, a banked corner, and the most spectacular of all, the double and triple jumps. Before the race, riders inspect the track. Each competitor will only get a short time to practice on the course. As the fans arrive, the countdown to the race begins. A series of pre-qualifying races has narrowed the field to 22 riders. Only the best of the best have made it this far. Jeremy Mcgrath and Jeff Emig are two of the best motocross athletes in the world. Jeremy is the defending Supercross champion, and Jeff is the current Nationals or Outdoor Motocross champion. At this point in the season, only 6 points separate these two rivals for this year's Supercross title.
My style is technical, kind of a rider. I have worked on my timing for years and years and years, and so I think I have good timing. I love to train, so I think I'm physically stronger than everyone out there.
There's certain guys that you race with that are extremely fast, and they're very talented, but they're maybe not strong enough, to ride the whole main event 100%. A guy like Mcgrath, though, he's got every area covered. The main thing to do is to get out in front of him and just go as fast as you can, and then don't look back.
Okay, the revving up starts. Let's check out Jeremy Mcgrath's start. Buddy Anton is right next to me.
As the race begins, all 22 motorcycles charge for the first turn at full throttle.
Hemming at the angle on the turn. Wyndham is up there, but taking the lead. Back and forth we go with Ezra Lusk. Wyndham, Jeremy McGrath cuts inside, puts a little touch on Hemming. Oh my goodness, Jeremy McGrath goes right to the start. Out of that room section, getting by Lusk.
Spectators love the air of Supercross. They love the big jumps. You can tell it on the first time that they see the bikes on the track, and folks are jumping out of their seats when the riders go over the big triple jumps.
Racing motorcycles is a dangerous activity, so organizers must take every precaution to minimize the risks and ensure the safety of the riders. How'd they do that? Hay bales and other guards keep the riders on course and cushion their falls. They wear special protective gear to safeguard them from the inevitable crashes, and paramedics are standing by in the infield in case of injury. Throughout the 20-lap race, Jeremy Mcgrath pushes his way to the front, then pulls away from the pack. It looks like he'll win easily, but like all sports, Supercross is not predictable.
Roger to Coster. Here comes...
With only 3 laps to go, Mcgrath loses control and crashes.
Mcgrath is down. Mcgrath is down, and he's under the bike.
Jeremy isn't hurt, but the mistake costs him the race. A newcomer, Ezra Lusk from Team Yamaha, capitalizes on the crash and takes home the grand prize.
I got a really good start, but I messed up in the whoops and dropped back a little bit, and I just wanted to keep a little pressure on Jeremy Mcgrath, and I was hoping he'd make a little mistake, and he ended up making a mistake there at the very end, and I was able to capitalize on it, so I was pretty happy with my second career win.
Of course, once that race was over, there was still a lot of work to be done.
They broke down the track in just 21 hours to get the stadium ready for the next event, in this case, a concert. It doesn't take us long to reset, so we'll be back in a moment.